Sorry if I'm a little bit late with this match reaction. I had to go change my pants after watching the last 10 minutes of that game there. Man United 1-0 winners against West Ham. Again, I'm a little bit red in the face after watching that. Lisandro Martinez, muy bueno. Jamie Carragher, I'm going to call you out in a video tomorrow, and I can't wait for it. But that there was all about the clinical edge where we needed it with Marcus Rashford up front with that goal. But I tell you what, that is a focus on the whole defence. Maguire, I think in that first half, we'll speak about it overall in the game, he was poor. Second half, deserved a ton of credit for the turnaround. But Lisandro Martinez and Diogo Dalot, and David De Gea, by the way, wow, a couple of worldy saves. Proper De Gea saves they were, stretching from Zuma and Rice. United, we invited the pressure in the last 20 minutes, or actually, it's kind of second half. West Ham were coming on us. Scamacca should have got sent off, by the way. He bottled that decision. But Marcus Rashford, that goal, I'm going to be speaking about it during this match reaction. You know what the deal is. But Lisandro Martinez, game after game after game after game, he builds and he builds and he builds. And today, wow, up against such a physical team as well, Martinez was incredible. He is the captain without the armband. I'm absolutely certain we are looking at a future captain of Manchester United here. He set the tone in the aggression. It's not just aggression for the sake of it, which is kind of a bit of a problem with Scott McTominay's game. He's got to learn the Schneid side like Casemiro has. Martinez has the aggression, but does it well, uses it as an asset rather than a hindrance to his game. Just everything from headers at the back post to bringing out the ball from defence, playing like a midfielder with his passes through the lines. Martinez, I absolutely love you. And we won there today because that was a solid defensive team unit. And I tell you what, you could argue that Diogo Dalot was man of the match ahead of him. He really was fantastic today. Diogo Dalot, that was probably a performance, probably his most complete overall defensive performance. But that's not really too much of a surprise to anybody who's been watching United this season. And Dalot, he started every game. He's getting better and better and better. And he's there bumping chests with David De Gea right at the end when he makes the save. He was doing the same thing away to Leicester. Today felt like it wasn't the best team performance at all. I'll speak about the overall changes and how I think Maguire and Elanga definitely affected the build-up play. But Dalot, oh man, little round of applause for Diogo Dalot's performance there. Seriously, 3, 4, 5 maybe headers at the back post up against Antonio, positioning spot on. Even when Shaw got caught out of position at fullback, he was there to cover the space. Now, here's a sentence I never really thought I'd be saying again as a United fan. Fair play, Harry Maguire. I said this after the first half on Twitter, and I stand by what I said. Maguire's problem in that first half, it's a problem we've seen from him a lot, man. He overcommits, loves lunging in for the ball, rarely gets the ball, and then leaves a huge space in behind that teams can expose. Did that quite a few times in the first half, but we had Maguire and, the whole defensive team unit was covering that space. Maguire in that second half, and not just that last minute, who was it? Was it Bowen who kind of spooned his shot? Maguire got a leg in the way. It was going in. Great block from Maguire. We needed him in that last 20 minutes. He made quite a few he was just the presence that he needed to be. Fair fucking play, Maguire, man. You know full well here on United People's TV, my only agenda is what suits the best thing for Manchester United. And if Harry Maguire can play like he did in that second half, maybe there's a spot for him between now and the World Cup. Well, there has to be a spot. Well, Lindelof was ill. That's why he missed the game. But as I said, after the first half he had, and just it looked like Harry Maguire of old, fair play to Maguire for doing that in that second half. But honestly, man, you can look at every single one of those players. Martinez, you can look at Dalot, you can look at Maguire, you can look at Shaw, and I will speak about Shaw, and you can speak about De Gea. That was a collective defensive unit. I think midfield were better in the first half. Casemiro, Eriksen, finding the line-breaking passes. Second half, kind of winning them themselves, weren't as effective. And that was just down to the back five today. The back five and Rashford. And what a goal that was for Rashford. 100 goals for Manchester United. And there won't be many better than that. There really won't. The goal in itself was fantastic. Diogo Dalot deciding not to throw the ball back to Casemiro, said no, no, no. Threw it to Eriksen. A lovely little interchange with Bruno. And the delivery. Utter filth. Utter filth, that delivery. And the finish. World-class finish. And we've been crying and calling out for... No, maybe not actually crying. Crying out for it. World-class finishing. Clinical finishing. That was a prime Ronaldo header. It really, really was. Rashford, I didn't know you had that in your locker. Last couple of games, scored 2 absolute top-level headers that have been created by intent and power and desire to actually get there ahead of the defender. Wonderful ball in from Eriksen, yeah, but it's a floated ball. All the power was generated from Rashford's run, jump, and connection with the ball. Incredible goal. I'll tell you what I thought was incredible was the partner, maybe not incredible, it's a little bit of an overstatement, but Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford, in that first half, this is a problem I think we had there. We brought Maguire and Elanga into the team, and we had no threat down the right. The build-up play in the first half, every time Martinez had the ball, gave it to Maguire, it came back to him, and Martinez then had his options blocked because West Ham were playing pretty disciplined. We didn't really have an outlet. The outlet that we did have was when Martinez broke through that and we got to Shaw and Rashford. They worked really, really well together. And I think, as I said, as a collective back five, that was probably the best defensive, in terms of, as a collective. It's my emphasis on that word collective. Shaw, Dalot, Maguire and Martinez and De Gea all contributed to that win there. Far more than the attack did. I thought Cristiano Ronaldo was trying today. And I don't really doubt that he will try. I thought he was pressing pretty well in the first half. But Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't need to say much more about him. I just don't think he's quite there anymore. I think we're just seeing him, the superstar that he is, just slowly start to fade. And that's not a knee-jerk reaction anymore. It's just judging by what you see in front of your eyes. And don't try and say I've got an agenda. It's starting to piss me off. People accuse me of that. It really is madness. Anthony Elanga, I think you're looking at a really one-dimensional player. We missed not having Anthony on that right wing today, and it made us very predictable. Anthony Elanga there being on the right wing, and Maguire bringing the ball out from the back, or not bringing the ball out from the back, on the right centre-back position, made it very difficult for United to go down the right today. And that's why we were so left-heavy. That's why our most influential players in the game were the players down the left. Martinez, Shaw, Rashford, all of our attacking intent and threat was coming down the left. That can't happen. I hope and presume that Anthony's going to be fit to play the next game, and that was only like a minor. I think he was out for a knock, and I think Ten Hag said he was going to be back in a couple of days, and Lindelof, I think he said he was out because of illness. But that was a game where there weren't that many clear-cut chances for United. United weren't, as a collective team, we weren't there today. I think the changes definitely slowed down the tempo. It made us a little bit easier to play against. And we found those passes through the lines a little bit tougher to find. But Rashford there with the moment of quality from the... Oh, my camera's gone a bit. Speaking of quality, that was funny timing. With the moment of quality there, let me try... I think I need to replace that wire. Yeah, that wire's getting a bit dodgy. I'll sort that one out. A bit like Rashford sorted his finishing out with that header. Outrageous. But to go back to what I was saying there, Martinez. I've been waiting to do a video to call out Carragher. I think tomorrow's the right time for it. Just game after game, he's putting in arguably flawless performances. And no one's really saying much about it anymore. You were quick to jump on him when he had a bad game, or when United overall had 2 bad games against Brighton and Brentford, and now no one's going to praise him? Sod that. I'm going to praise him with the video coming out. Martinez, fantastic. Dalot, fantastic. For me, I know that Marcus Rashford got man of the match because of the goal, and I think fair enough. But that, for me, was a game more about the defence than it was about the attack. And you can give it to Martinez or Dalot. I'm going to give it to Martinez because I think Dalot is playing like he is because Martinez is in that team. I think Martinez is the catalyst. I think Martinez is the centre of the nucleus of this new United defence. And David De Gea coming up clutch with those 2 fantastic proper De Gea reaching saves. We needed that. We needed everybody there to be on point in that second half. West Ham came at us and they nearly got us. But a bit like Leicester away, a bit like Southampton away, 1-0 win. And hell, if you can rely on your defence, then you only need 1 goal. That's all we had today and that's all we needed. Ten Hag's starting to build this into the team now. Clean sheets. We know what clean sheets are. Jeez. I haven't got any clean pants after watching it. So seriously, the last 10 minutes of that game. You let me know who your man of the match was. I think it's between Rashford, Martinez and Dalot. You can choose. But defensively sound there. As a team, missing some quality. But Eriksen, that cross, and Rashford, what a header. 3 big points, by the way. Liverpool getting... dear, what's going on? That's just Liverpool losing again. Liverpool losing. Chelsea getting pumped 4-1 by Brighton. We've taken advantage of it, and we haven't done that over the last few years. Get in.